Nearly 3:15 on a Tuesday afternoon. Chris in for Scott. What are you like with your home comforts? Are you like me, like the worst camper ever? Or imagine, especially when it comes to your beds, like never going to get me camping if I can avoid it, especially with the weather being the way that it has been in recent weeks up until today. Imagine sleeping outside. We've got two individuals joining us on the show now that are part of a bigger group that have swapped the comfort of their beds for a night under the stars in what's being called the Big Country House Sleepout to raise over £30,000 for multiple charities. Joining us to tell one more about it is philanthropist Francis Connolly. Good afternoon, Francis.
Good afternoon, Chris. Thank you for having us on.
You're welcome. And Tania Cooper, MBE. Hi to you as well.
Good afternoon, Chris.
Thanks again. So starting with Francis, just tell us a little bit about who you are, about your background to this, if you would.
Background to this? Well, I'm the CEO of the PFC Trust in Hartlepool. We try to fund as many organisations and groups that can't really get funding elsewhere. We try to help people to help themselves. So that was the reason we decided to do it from my point of view.
Absolutely crucial. And Tania, if you can just sort of introduce those who may not be aware of your works in the past leading up to where we are with this event. Fantastic works.
So I chair the North East STEM Foundation, and we remove financial barriers for children to study STEM, which is science, technology, engineering and maths in the North East of England. And Francis and I are friends, as well as us both having our own respective charities we work with, and we thought it'd be a good idea to pool resources and see if we can come together and help a number of charities in one event.
Now, before we go any further, please tell me that it's happening now when the weather's as hot as this. Tell me it didn't happen when it was absolutely bucking it down. I know it did.
Good news, it was on Sunday and it was beautiful weather. I mean, cracking weather.
You're not kidding. It makes all the difference. I mean, first of all, tell us where it happened, whereabouts in the patch.
At my house, which is just outside Stockton.
Well, that's all right, isn't it? Because if it's just outside your house, you can nip in for much-needed supplies along the night.
Oh, well, we're very careful to say that we were doing the sleep out. There were 30 of us all together, and everybody did sleep outside. It was warmer, thankfully, than it has been over a lot of the summer. But to be fair, the temperature did still drop, and there's a hell of a lot more condensation around than I thought there was going to be. So we were quite wet. We were at great lengths to say to people we are not emulating any homeless person's
no
activities. I mean, this was nothing close to what some of those poor people go through, but we made ourselves fairly comfortable until we did the actual sleep out.
Absolutely. No, it 100% hear you. It raises awareness of that, though, and it gives you an indication to some level of, I mean, you then trying to picture yourself having to do that, and you can't really, can you, unfortunately?
No, you really can't. And we were talking about it a lot on the night, and it is something that you just can't. I mean, there's just no way, because even if you could emulate the hardship of the night, you've no idea what it's like. You've got your own home. You're going back the next day. You're going to have a shower. You're going to have a good breakfast. Yeah. Tanya's husband, Mal, kept us all fed on the night and on the morning, so that was good.
Yeah, it's a far cry and world away from those who we raise awareness of with this. But
absolutely, it's
important works all the same. Where do you put 30 people? Where near your house? Where do you get 30 people together?
We had some people sleeping. One person had to sleep on a child's trampoline. We had people sleeping under a tree. We had people sleeping against a wall. We had people sleeping beside on the patio at the front of the house. It was on a path. You name it. We had people bunged in everywhere.
But did people actually sleep? Because I couldn't sleep outside, especially if you didn't have a tent and a sleeping bag and all of the outside luxuries, I would call them, really.
I'm going to let Tania answer that one.
Yeah, okay. A bit embarrassing, yeah. I went to bed at about 11, slept till 4, woke up for about 10 minutes, went back to sleep, woke up at 8.
No.
After everybody else had got it up. So I was really good.
Hang on. She didn't just wake up at 8. We had to clatter about the place and bang things to get her to wake up.
Tania, you had a better sleep outdoors than you would on a normal night. It was a break. It was a holiday for you.
We had a doctor there from James Cook, Anirvan.
Wow.
He apparently has had the best night's sleep that he had in a long time.
Do it more often, especially if you've got family and the kids off the 6 weeks. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do another Sleep Outdoors event, get some actual kip in.
Lovely.
I think I can comment.
You come and join us next year.
We should. I think it would be great. Crack that. I think it would be great doing something like that. I mean, I know
think you should.
It's fun. It's for a serious reason, but it's just the sort of thing that we're all about, hearing people's reasons for doing this. And I hear Hartlepool's own Savannah Marshall was also one of the outdoor sleeperers.
Yeah, she's an ambassador for my charity, and she is always dead keen to do anything she can to help, and it lifted everybody's spirits quite a lot. Tania was really good about, emphasising when we welcomed everybody in our speech about emphasising the work that will be done based on the back of everybody's efforts on the night. But Savannah then, she brought her belts with her, and there's plenty of photographs and that of everybody with them. So that was a huge boost to us all.
It's the things you don't think of, isn't it? Like, I just went camping, and this is, similar, I suppose. But when you go camping, you're a little bit more prepared. It's like in your bag, you think, I forgot so many things: tissues, hand sanitizer. It's the things that you just take for granted having around the house, but you don't have when you're out there. And for you guys, you had at least a bit of a lifeline in that respect. But still, it just drives home the importance.
Tania had everything sorted.
Did she have everything? Was she
honest to God, she had everything. She's your woman. If you're ever doing anything, she's your woman.
big bag with everything in. Is that right? Didn't forget anything.
Yeah, we were pretty organised. Yeah.
Air fryer.
To be fair, I was a bit frightened. A couple of people turned up with bags. I take less stuff when I go on holidays for a fortnight. We went for 3 weeks to New Zealand to my daughters, and I took less stuff with me than some people did when they came up. I thought they were moving in.
That is incredible. I bet the queue for your toilet in the following morning wasn't the best, though. I bet that took some getting through.
Well, everybody was sort of getting up at different times, so it worked out okay.
And that's not. You didn't have to have a cleaning rota put in place for the following day or anything.
No, but
like
I didn't let anybody leave until they'd done their share of the tidying up.
Hey, that's fair play. That's fair play. I'm just really impressed by the whole thing. And you plan to raise over £30,000. Did you? How much did you raise in total?
We're sitting at about 33 at the moment, but we've given everybody 2 weeks to finish pushing hard. Anybody listening, we're still taking donations and sponsorship. You can see us on Just Giving still. Look for Frances's page or my page, and we'll still take any donations at this point. But we're really thrilled. For such a small amount of people, headcount wise, how well everybody's done on their sponsorship. So thank you to everybody involved.
Just looking at the ratio there, that's absolutely incredible. And talk us through.
Do you know, at a time when people are really struggling, it's just amazing that they dug really deep and 100% and helped. These are all, they're all just people who are supporters and like to put an effort in for people who are doing less well.
Brilliant. Just give us a quick recap of a couple of the key charities that have benefited. I know there's a number of them.
Tania?
So we've got the North East STEM Foundation, we've got the PFC Trust, we've got You Change Lives, and we have the CEO Sleepout. And it's a thank you to the CEO Sleepout because it's initially their idea, and they do really work amazingly for the homeless. And we wanted to give something back to them as soon as we utilised their idea, and so they're getting a share also.
What a great event. I gather it'll go without saying there'll be future things planned. You must have something in the diary. Maybe not the winter months, but still you'll be planning all kinds as usual.
Well, You Change Lives goes on all through September, and that's from the PFC Trust. We asking all community groups to do their own event. We've got a race night happening by the carers. We've got Durham Ladies football team are auctioning all their old shirts signed for us. There's all sorts going on for that. So anybody that's got some time on their hands, please get involved.
Hey, this is cracking. The pair of you, thank you so much for that and for your time joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having us, Chris. It's been amazing.
Thank you very much.
You too. Take care, both of you. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
That's Frances Connolly and Tania Cooper, MBE, talking us through their fundraising efforts that are going to help so many young people right here in our glorious region.